Okay, dear students, now we can see the measurement of renal plasma flow. So here one example is given. Concentration of para-amino hippuric acid in urine is 66 milligram per dl. Concentration of pH in plasma is 0.1 milligram per dl, and volume of urine output is 1 ml per minute. Means renal plasma flow is equal to UV by P, so which is equal to 66 into 1 divided by 0.1 is equal to 660 ml per minute. So that is a renal plasma flow. And another, instead of this para-amino hippuric acid, we can also use diodrast. That is one of the substance which is completely filtered and secreted but not reabsorbed. So diodrast clearance can be also used for measuring this renal plasma flow. Then how we can measure the renal blood flow? So there are two important factors which is necessary for determining the renal blood flow. First one, renal plasma flow, and second one, percentage of plasma volume in the blood. First one, renal plasma flow. Renal plasma flow is measured by the pH clearance or diodrast clearance. Then second one is percentage of plasma volume in the blood. So percentage of plasma volume is indirectly determined by using packed cell volume, PCV. Okay. For example, if the PCV is 45%, means plasma volume in the blood is 100 minus 45 is equal to 55%. So this all we have discussed in earlier sections. So PCV means packed cell volume. It is the volume of all the blood components, that is RBC, WBC and platelets together. So if it is PCV, that PCV is 45%, means the percentage of plasma, that is the remaining portion of the blood, will be 100 minus 45, which is equal to 55%. That means 55 ml of plasma is present in every 100 ml of blood. Then how we can calculate the renal blood flow? So by the equation, that is renal blood flow equal to renal plasma flow divided by percentage of plasma in the blood. So we have already found this answers. So renal plasma flow is 660 ml per minute, and amount of plasma in blood is 55%. Then renal blood flow will be 660 divided by this 55 is in percentage. So we should convert it into decimal form. So that is 55 by 100. 55% means 55 by 100. So by solving this problem, we will get answer as 1200 ml per minute. So that is a renal blood flow. The next is a urea clearance. So how we can determine the urea clearance value? Urea clearance test is a clinical test to assess the renal function by using clearance of urea from the plasma by kidney every minute. So in every minute, how much urea is cleared from the kidney from the plasma? Based on that, we can measure the urea clearance test. This test requires a blood sample to determine the urea level in the blood, and 2 urine samples collected at 1 hour interval to determine the urea cleared by kidneys into the urine. Okay, so for doing this test, a blood sample is required. So in the blood, we will measure how much urea is included in the blood, or how much is the urea or plasma level of urea. Okay, then next we will check the presence of urea in 2 urine samples which is collected at 1 hour interval. So after collecting 1 urine sample, after 1 hour we will collect the next urine sample, and we will measure the urine content in both of these samples. So that will helps to determine the urea cleared by the kidneys into the urine. So how much of urea is cleared by the kidney into the urine? Based on that, we can measure the clearance value. So normal value of urea clearance is 70 ml per minute. Then urea is a waste product formed by protein metabolism, and it is excreted in the urine. So determination of urea clearance forms a specific test to assess the renal function. Okay, so that's all regarding the renal clearance values. The next we can discuss regarding one simple topic, that is properties and composition of normal urine. So it is a simple topic, and you all may be familiar with these properties in your biochemistry and all. So volume of urine is 1000 to 1500 ml per day. Then its reaction is slightly acidic with a pH of 4.5 to 6. So it is slightly acidic. Then specific gravity is 1.0102 to 1.025. So it is one of the important factor, that is specific gravity, which is 1.0102 to 1.025. 1.010 to 1.025. And osmolarity is 1200 milliosmol per liter. Okay. Then color of the urine is normally straw color, that means a pale yellow color. Then odor, fresh urine has light aromatic odor. If stored for some time, the odor becomes stronger due to the bacterial decomposition. So that's all regarding the properties of urine. Next we can see the composition of the urine. So there are so many solids, or there are so many substances which is excreted in the urine. So there are these substances can be divided into organic substances and inorganic substances. So urea will be 400, then uric acid 4, creatinine 10, ammonia 40, then sodium 200, potassium 50, calcium 5, chloride 200, phosphate 25, and sulfate 50. So these are the composition of the urine, important composition of the urine, that is urea. Organic substances include urea, uric acid, creatinine, ammonia, and inorganic substances include sodium, potassium, calcium, chloride, phosphate, and sulfate. Then next is regarding the chemical analysis. Chemical analysis of urine helps to determine the presence of some of abnormal constituents of urine, or presence of normal constituent in abnormal quantity. So if any abnormal substance are present in the urine, or if any normal substances are present in an abnormal quantity in the urine, for that we should do the chemical analysis of the urine. And both the findings reveals the presence of renal abnormality. Okay, and there are some of the common chemical tests for urine. First one, glucose. So glucose appears in urine when the blood glucose level increased more than 180 milligram per dl. So that is known as glycosuria. Glycosuria means presence of glucose in the urine, and which may be the first indicator of the diabetes mellitus. Okay, the normal glucose level in urine is 0.8 millimole per liter. The next is protein. Presence of excess protein, or that is called protein urine. That means presence of excess protein in the urine, particularly albumin. So if presence of albumin in the urine is known as albuminuria, that will indicate renal disease. Urinary excretion of the albumin in a normal healthy adult is about 30 mg per day. Okay, if it exceeds this level, that is if the presence of albumin in urine is more than 30 mg per day, means it indicates any renal dysfunction. So one of the dysfunction is glomerular nephritis, and this can be also increased in case of fever and severe exercise. Then next is some of the terminologies related to urine flow. Okay, first one, polyuria. Polyuria means excessive or abnormally large production or passage of urine. So many or large volume of urine will be excreted out. Normally 2.5 liter to 3 liters of urine is excreted